You know, I did get to drive from Idaho today, and as all of you know, Wyoming is a really big place. And even that flat tire on I-80, we still got here. But, you know, the scenery of Teton County, the gas fields and prairie parks of sublet, you know, the refineries, the big grasslands of the Southwest, the windmills, just what you even see on the big roads. And of course, you know, the agricultural valley that Saratoga still is, that's so dear to my family. It is really a place of contrast, I think. And you really have to wonder what holds us all together. And so I had many hours to think about that today. I do think it comes down to a few things. I think it's a love of place, a sense of community, a shared identity. And so where does that come from? And here's a shot. I think it comes from the fact that we are so few people in such a big place, and that we share an understanding of that place. And for me, you know, my dear fiance Luther dragged me down to Arizona a few years ago, but I'm coming back. And yet here I walk into a room in Laramie, and I see a bunch of old friends, so I feel really good about that. And this really is a place of community, and it's all of you that keep it together. You know, whether we came here by accident of birth or we chose to be here, that's what we have in common. And what we have in common also is that we're all here trying to make it a better place for everyone and for our kids. The tradition of philanthropy is still, even though I know you guys have been working at it for a long time, it's new in Wyoming. If you put it in the perspective of other places, for lack of a better way to put it, you know, we're just getting started here. We have a lot of work ahead of us, but what we've done and what the Community Foundation has accomplished is really wonderful, I think, in my mind. Each of you is a leader in helping to build institutions and provide and nurture leaders in this state, and that's really what makes the difference. It's so important that we build a vibrant nonprofit sector, because what you guys do is what, I'm going to have to get this right because Luther and I debated which word to use. It's really what government won't and what the private sector can't. You guys fill an amazingly important role, as George pointed out earlier tonight. It's, you know, and you're an economic engine all on your own. So this is really what this part of the piece of what Wyoming is all about. You also know, I know, that the value is really in the long term. That even in these times of boom, in the boom and bust cycle, and you know, I've heard the stories. This is a boom; it's going to last forever. But I don't know. I don't think so. It doesn't mean the difference is, you know, how do we measure what we do in times, in the good times? And we've all been through the good times and bad times. And even I have lived in Wyoming long enough to see both. And it's not really, you know, I don't think we measure this in the money in our pockets, but what we do to invest for the future, for our kids, for our institutions, to make Wyoming a more prosperous place, to bring about change, to make it a better place to live, to educate our kids, to create a diverse economy so that we maybe don't have a boom-bust economy in the future, so we can grow in ways and be thoughtful about that. The saying goes, as you all know, don't give a man a fish, and of course I'm a big angler, some of you know, but teach that man to fish. Or as Luther might say, don't give him a plate of food, teach him to eat, you know, teach him to make chocolate. But our work as donors and grantees, as service providers, is really to address these systemic issues, to figure out what it'll take to assure a future that provides a strong and diverse economy, a safe and friendly communities, a sound educational system, a healthy, thriving landscape, and really opportunities for all. That's what the future of Wyoming really needs to be. How are we going to do that? We really have to work together. We have to nurture leaders, we have to build institutions. We really have to leverage that public and private sector that's out there and get them engaged in what we care about. And if we can do that, we will build a prosperous future, more prosperous, more broad than we can even imagine. It's my hope, it's my dream that the SOAR Foundation will be a part of that and a partner in that effort, and I know that all of you will be too. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and thank you so much for honoring my dad in such a great way.